I was happy to come back to school because I was able to see all my friends, coming back to high school I think is a big part of me, like growing up as a person, because I think high school can really influence you when you're an adult. And I think I was able to really grow from this experience, especially due to COVID and stuff. I was able to connect with my friends, virtually through classes too sometimes. And we had some tough times this year, but I think we were able to get through it.
I'm really happy to be back in school so that I can have my community back and I can be with my friends again and be able to talk to people actually again. So that was nice.
I love my teachers, and I just like to learn, do multiplication and division.
I mean, I couldn't have been more relieved for my kids to go back to school. I've always worked out of the home, and so working with them last spring when school was canceled was a bit of a challenge. So I am unbelievably grateful to our district's leadership and administration for recognizing that our students do need to be in school. We are meant to be in community, and they are no exception to that. And so I'm 100% thankful for them for making that difficult decision early on in the school year and recognizing that kids being in school is what's best for them.
I love school, and it's really great to be back from the pandemic, because COVID-19, it made us lose a lot of our, we didn't get to do our STAR tests, which made us kind of fall back. And in reading, it's been really good.
You can learn things and get older and make your brain grow.
I was very eager for them to come back to school. I told Mr. Bryant before the year started that I didn't know what the rest of the school district had planned, but that my kids would be on Cooper property the first morning that school was scheduled to start, and he could figure out what to do with them.
Coming back from COVID and not getting to finish last year and not really being able to see your friends and stuff, it was kind of hard. So being back at school, I'm thankful to be back at school because I know that it definitely wasn't easy, but I'm glad to see everybody.
I like being able to see my friends and be able to learn new stuff at this school this year.
For us, it's been really good. Our kids are, enjoy their friends. They like the social interaction. I think that was the most important piece. They were getting their work done and, still continuing to learn at home, but I think the social interaction was the most important piece to be able to be back for school.
I'm really happy to be back in school because it's just easier for me and a lot of my other friends and other students to learn, to actually be at the school and be learning from the teachers and not online.
I just like learning, and it's just fun to be at school.
I have loved having my kids back in school because I am not a good art teacher, music teacher, PE teacher. My kids also love being with their friends. They love just going to school, being with their friends, eating lunch with their friends, hanging out with their friends. And so it's been really great. My kids are all very social children. And so being at home with just each other the past year was very difficult. We had great neighbors, but just being stuck inside with their siblings was not the most fun thing for them. And so just having them back with their friends was a lifesaver.
It's a great school, and I love my teachers, and I would have a lot more less friends if I didn't go to the school. I have a lot of friends here.
As opposed to being out, when they were out, it was obviously a struggle at home trying to do what our amazing teachers do every day. For us to do it at home was difficult. And then also just being separated from the other students, the whole social aspect to it was something that you could tell they really, really needed.
I'm happy to be back at school because there's a way to communicate and elaborate with other students and teachers and just kind of talk about what we need to be doing to get the best scores that we can on tests and things.
I've enjoyed having a relationship with my teachers and being able to go into their rooms and see their faces.
Our teachers have really helped us keep things interactive, so we stay engaged with the content that we've been learning this year.
My teachers, they're real hardworking. I really love that they do that. They'll fight for us, and they'll constantly do their best for us, and they really won't give up. It's just really nice to have that, especially for teachers who also have to go through hard stuff like COVID and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm real glad that I have them.
They're always pushing us to work harder, and they're really nice. They're really friendly too, of course, but they're just really helpful and all that. They help you to do better.
was a hard year. This was very difficult. Many challenges were thrown their way, and they just took it and ran with it. I mean, they opened the doors with smiles every day, encouraging emails. I mean, that was hard not to have parent help as well, and they just took it on with the greatest grace and class that they possibly could. And I mean, my kids, they didn't miss a beat. They loved going to school. It wasn't a challenge. I mean, they just took it and ran with it in the greatest ways. It was so impressive.
They always are encouraging and help us not to give up, and with our schoolwork, it's easier to not turn around and start crying because they always help you.
She lets us do fun things.
I love how they're always there to help, even if they don't want to be or they're not having the best day. They're always there to help us to make sure we're the best students and people we can be.
I love most about my teacher that she's nice to me, and she teaches me good stuff, and I'm way smarter because of her.
I love my teacher because if you need help, they'll kind of force you to do it on your own, and they'll make you do it on your own. But if you're really, really struggling, they'll help you out.
My teachers, they're just a really big help. Whenever I have troubles with a problem, they'll always give me hints or just try to help me with it, which it means a lot to me. They're really supportive, and it means a lot to me.
I love my teachers because they really help me, and when I'm having trouble with something, then they just come up and help me, and then I fully understand them.
She's really nice, and she lets us color a lot and let us have pajama parties.
I love a lot of things. I love that, they understand us really well, and the way they approach us is really good, and they're willing to sacrifice their time, to help us be better. So
I could not be more thankful for the teachers of Lubbock-Cooper ISD that have taken such good care of our students. This year, my daughter in particular really struggled at the beginning of the year. I think it was a lot of change for her. The school was different, the masks, the shields, not being able to change classes, and she was actually having panic attacks at school. And so I'm extremely thankful for Mr. Cox and Mrs. Lance and the teachers at Central Elementary, and for everything that they did to help us work through that difficult time for my daughter and get her through that. So thank you so much to all the teachers, faculty, and staff of Lubbock-Cooper ISD. I couldn't be more proud to be a Lubbock-Cooper Pirate.
Thank you for being a teacher. It's not a job that some people don't want to do. I mean, I would never be a teacher. So thank you for just being there and being able to teach everybody so perfectly.
Ms. Green, thank you for teaching me all that you have, and I appreciate it so much.
Thank you for dealing with all of us students. I know we're a lot to deal with, and sometimes we're good and sometimes we're bad, and we're just always not perfect, but just thank you for taking your time and being patient with us.
Thank you for letting me be with my friends. Thank you for everything you'll do, and thank you for providing us with education and allowing us to go up the steps of adulthood and be able to be smarter and more intelligent.
Please keep on trying, because it's really hard for us too, and seeing you guys fight also helps us fight. But yeah, I really appreciate what you guys have done for us this year.
Teachers, thank you so much. Our kids have enjoyed this school year. They have enjoyed being in the classroom. Now they've enjoyed being able to go on field trips and spend time with you and their classmates. I know last year was difficult. You guys did awesome, but they are so glad to be back in school.
Thank you. Thank you for doing your job. It's not an easy job. It is a very hard job, and it's probably really stressful, but I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Everything y'all do on a daily basis is awesome. I can't imagine being a teacher, and just the love and care that y'all put into our students, put into my kids especially, and the circumstances that you had to do it under, I think was phenomenal. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you for letting me do science and math, especially the fun crafts and math. Thank you for letting me learn new things. Thank you for letting me learn.
To the teachers, I would just say that
I was very appreciative of their willingness to go into the unknown of the fall semester, and knowing that it would probably hold lots of unknowns and possibly even extra responsibilities with the mask mandate and social distancing guidelines, that this year could possibly be much more difficult than years past. And I appreciated their willingness and felt like it was their commitment to students and what really is best for children, that they were willing to jump right back in there and teach the children, and I really appreciated that.
Thank you, teachers, for helping me learn and grow, and we will miss y'all.
First and foremost, it's just thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being out there and leading our kids, teaching our kids. What you do on a normal year is amazing enough, but what we had to go through this year and what you guys did for all of our kids, just can't say thank you enough.